Hello, it's the Cryo Lady. Right. Better aging. I'll tell you, I did something very stupid today. There we go. So yeah, I went to the. I'm just trying to find out what's going to get here. There we go. Anyway, I did something really stupid. I was in the bathroom this morning, and I'm going to give you a bit of too much information here. So, I went to the loo, and I did a plop. Anyway, I decided that once I got off the toilet, or the despotic hellhole known as the Kazi, I thought, this is a bit smelly in here, smelly. Can't have this. So I didn't actually have any air freshener in the bathroom. I've been meaning to bring some upstairs from the lounge, so I've got some in there. And I do have some in the other bathroom downstairs. But I hunted around. The best thing that I could find was a bottle of Missoni perfume. So I picked up the perfume, and I actually looked at it to ascertain that the nozzle was pointing in the right direction. You know, safety first. So I'm standing there with my eyes wide open. I sprayed it, went straight into my right eye. I mean, burn. I can't describe it. So very, very quickly, I started running cold water, and I started rinsing my eye out with it. Anyway, Phil came back upstairs, and I told him what I'd done, because he's going to make me egg on toast. Anyway, very, very kindly, because I have a very kindly husband, he went to Boots the chemist. That's my favourite chemists. And he got this multi-action eye wash. In fact, he spoke to the pharmacist and explained what had happened. And it's interesting, really, because there were a number of people. A lady behind him said, "Oh, I did that last year. I sprayed some stuff into my eye." And even the pharmacist said, "Yeah," she said, "last year I put some room spray in my eye."
And I did it with deodorant.
And Philberforce, he actually sprayed deodorant into his eye, which necessitated him having to have another trip to the A&E department, to the accident and emergency department, where he got some eye drops and he had to see an ophthalmologist. So yeah, you can rinse your eyes out with that. This is what the pharmacist gave us. Also, we have these Theratears, which is for irritation. That. And then, in between times, we have some Boots Eye Mist. Now, in all honesty, those are the sorts of things that you should probably keep at home anyway.
To be fair, I've usually got an eye wash in the car anyway.
So
it makes sense.
Well, that would make sense.
I'm an idiot.
No, that would make sense, having stuff in the car.
Yeah.
If that's your job, and you could, because I know what you're like. Well, you're better now than you used to be.
I am, to be fair.
But yeah. So at the moment, I've just been into the bathroom to wash and clean my teeth and all that kind of business. And I just looked at my eye, and basically, the top eyelid is sort of swollen. The actual eyeball itself looks all right. It's got a little bit of redness. I mean, you'd expect that. But I'm quite happy. My vision is fine. So, the moral of the story is not to spray things into your eyes, if at all possible. Anyway, Phil is playing, Minecraft at the moment. Phil's a dyed-in-the-wool gamer, really. Now, here's the thing, that's another thing about Phil and I, is that I hate gaming, I mean, personally, for me, I don't care about other people gaming, by the way, and I understand it and I get it. But for me, I can't, because it just makes me feel a bit anxious in many ways, especially the competitive stuff. Don't like it. I have tried it before and I don't like it because it just makes me feel, kind of gives me a feeling of anxiety, which is really weird. However, over the years, because I have 5 kids and my eldest is 33, so I've been buying gaming consoles. I mean, I remember buying the first PlayStation that ever came out, also the first Nintendo that ever came out. We've had all the Nintendo Wiis. We've had all of those. VRs. We've also had Game Boys when they were out. When they first came out, because my eldest son, he had Game Boy Color. All the handheld stuff, you name it. So we do have consoles and things like that. They just don't really get used anymore because the favourite things are Switch. So they've had the Switch. They had the original Switch when it came out, and now, of course, Switch 2 has come out. So, applied. In fact, they all did. They all entered this competition to win tickets to the Switch 2 reveal at the XL. And won it. And so on each ticket, you could take a whole bunch of people with him. So she did. So I've posted a few bits about that. I'll hopefully post a bit more if I can get some more. But yeah, that's me. Goodbye.
Me personally,
Goodbye.